Man, I'm pissed off at how much I enjoyed this pilot episode of Secret Invasion. And there's a main reason for that. I got conflicting feelings, if you will. Just got done watching the episode and I gotta talk about it. I'm gonna be recapping the episode and giving you my honest, spoiler-filled thoughts of the episode. So if you don't want to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like, follow, but then come back after because I want to hear your thoughts. Right off the bat, it is no secret that the MCU Disney Plus shows have been hit or miss. This one's definitely a hit, but let's get into it. So the first thing that caught me off guard was the shortened Marvel Studios intro. It was a little premature introduction. Come on, man, I need the bum 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 bum. I've had way too much coffee this morning. But we open up with the scene that they gave us last week, where it's Ross, or seemingly Ross, trying to get some information from this government agent. He barely makes it out alive, and we get a pretty solid chase sequence with this Russian dude chasing after him. Just when he falls from a building, and it's revealed that Ross was a Skrull this whole time. Not surprised. He wasn't really acting like the Ross we all know and love. But we see the Russian dude that was chasing him was actually Talos, and Maria Hill pulled up too, which leads us to the controversy. Secret Invasion's intro credits are AI generated, which I get, it fits with the theme of the show, but you still took jobs away from artists who could have done it. This is that bittersweet thing because I really enjoyed this episode, but this was just not it, bro. Moving on, Nick Fury comes back to Earth, reuniting with Maria Hill, love to see it, and Talos. Now, if you'll remember in the post-credit scene of Far From Home, it looks like Talos and his wife have been playing Nick Fury and Maria Hill on Earth, and we learn there's an entire faction of Skrulls who hate Fury and Talos because all those years back in Captain Marvel, they promised them they'd find a new home, but after the blip happened, it seems like everybody forgot about that and they're holding a grudge against him. And you get this sense that Nick Fury's kind of like a changed man. I mean, they kind of slam you in the face with it throughout this entire episode. But anyway, they learn this faction lives in Russia because they're off the books, and the plot continues, which is when Fury seemingly gets kidnapped by MI6 and Olivia Colman, Sonya Fallsworth. She's just chewing up every single second she's on screen. I love it. Then we move on and get introduced to Emilia Clarke's character, who's Gaia, Talos' daughter from Captain Marvel, all grown up. And she's a part of this rebel faction of Skrulls. As they're seeking Skrull refugees, we kind of learn how this whole refugee camp works as they're led by Gravik. And it's here that you have to prove your loyalty to Gravik and all the other Skrulls. Gotta be a part of the cause. Maria Hill and Talos chase down Gaia. Gaia puts them paws on Maria Hill. Talos corners her and is about to kill her, but then realizes that it's his daughter. He ain't gonna shoot her. And even she mentions that. She's like, you're not gonna do it because you're soft. But it's here that we learn Talos' wife, Gaia's mom, got killed in one of these terrorist attacks from the rebel group of Skrulls. She gets this like contemplating face on herself and Talos lets her go. Which is when we get this nice character work between Maria Hill and Samuel Jackson. They kind of dissect where Nick Fury's been all these years after the blip, how that changed him, and how things are different now. Gaia and Talos have a heart-to-heart after the death of her mother. They kind of rekindle on that. And she tells him where the bombs are going to be happening. And these final 5 minutes are insane. They're trying to track down a bunch of Skrulls who keep shape-shifting and they have different bags and shit. It's like keeping you on your toes. Fury's tailing this guy, and it turns out it's Gravik this whole time, who pushes the button, and boom, crazy ass explosion in the middle of a festival. It's crazy they drop bodies this early on. But if that wasn't enough, they pulled a fast one on us. As Maria Hill and Nick Fury are about to reunite after the explosion, he shoots her, but it's this motherfucker posing as him. And yes, sadly, Maria Hill dies at the end of this episode, or so we think. Nah, Marvel's crazy for actually doing this. That's how you establish the villain. This man didn't say any words this entire episode, but you felt his presence. But all in all, a pretty solid episode. I can't wait to keep watching. It's definitely slower. It feels like Marvel's version of Andor, but I loved Andor. Just that damn AI intro though, man. What the? But let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.